Libra. So we're going to do pull live, finding your North Star. Where are you at? The idea of finding your North Star. This is really interesting. Absence, delay and separation, having to bring logic to your heart with the Three of Swords, a feeling of lack. And I think it's around the King of Pentacles, obviously, who's about wealth and feeling supported. So maybe that's your goal, is to somehow feel more connected to a sense of support and wealth and, yeah, everything agrees, and sort of stability. Now, that came out then. I hadn't asked the question. It was the King of Swords. So it's the feeling you need some sort of logical strategy towards those things. Your root skill that you've got to support you is this lovely world. That's nice to see. It feels as if you've put yourself in the centre of your world, which is a very happy place to be. You're starting to centre yourself somehow, what to let go of, giving your energy away, giving your power away, not valuing yourself highly enough, not seeing high self-esteem somehow. That would stop this thieving going on of energy, of resources, of something mental as well. How to affect change is the Two of Pentacles. How to set your North Compass. Such a little card in a way for such a big aim. So we're going to pull cards on that. It's about juggling realities, okay? So, and where it's all going, Queen of Cups. That's lovely. Feeling as if you're somewhere that feels very, very secure and loving for you. But we need to pull some extra cards on this. Let me put those there. Right, so as I said, so we've got one major, we've got two court cards, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and we've got a smattering of everything but no wands here, although arguably your root skills are that you, she's holding two wands, the world. So the key thing is to get your energy, your thoughts and your strategies away from this bit where you kind of tumble and you collapse and you give your power away. I think that's what we're trying to do. But how to set your North Compass is curious, because we're trying to get more wealth and security. And then we've got, okay, you're going to need to juggle realities. Is it that you need to get used to getting into this new high worth environment? Is it that it's to do with juggling the reality of where you are at the moment? It ends up somewhere really lovely, but let's pull some cards to clarify this. Right. So help us. Particularly I want to know about the Two of Pentacles. How does this help them get to this high value? Here comes our wand. Okay. It says, so I was asking, how does it help us get to this high value position? And it says there's an idea in there somewhere. There's some passion. It's not even just an idea. It's like a kind of passionate spark. If you can kind of meld all the ingredients in the right way, if you can just keep going, there's something new that you're going to feel very passionate about. And talk to us about the world. La Luna. So you've got the earth and the world and you in it and the moon. It sort of feels as if you're connected to cosmic forces in a way, whoever I'm talking to, that you can see things, all things, including the unconscious side of things, which I like. It's as if there's a very complete view, that you've been educating yourself somehow and that things are starting to make a lot of sense. Talked about the Three of Swords and the King of Pentacles, and what is this feeling that they're having? Justice, la justice. You want justice, you want fairness, you want things to be balanced now. It doesn't seem fair that somehow you've missed out on some resources, that you've been sidelined, put in the wrong position, not things haven't felt fair around that side. And then talk to us about the Seven of Swords. Came out here, 2 cards. We've got the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it's saying that it's as if this is such an aggressive Knight of Swords, and I love it. Usually we talk about how you're kind of rushing into gain some. There's a 70% chance that whatever you have a punt on with this one, mentally you take an action, will work. But here, if it's to do, again, it's like the swords with the pentacles. So now we've got the Queen of Pentacles to go with your King of Pentacles. And it feels as if with the Seven of Swords, when I ask about that, it's kind of saying either someone else is raiding your self-worth, because the Queen of Pentacles is full of self-worth. Here, it's an interesting depiction of her. She's just sat with her fox curled up on a platform. But she's very sort of bougie. She reminds me of someone I met yesterday we went out with some friends on a boat, and when we came back and we were just hanging out on the boat, there was lots of fun neighbours, and it was a really fun scene. And there was a woman who'd taken everyone's eye, who was just fabulous looking. She sort of had a turban on. She was cleaning her whole deck in a bikini and orange gloves with a beautiful diamond bracelet just to finish it off, and she had these very sort of kitteny eyeglasses. She was just a style icon in her sort of mid-70s, I would say, or maybe early 70s, and she was just very full of life, and I was like, God, that would be a great person to be when you get older. She seemed to be sort of so engaged. So she was very Queen of Pentacles. She was very sort of happy in her body. She was very sort of embodied. And in fact, when I spoke to her later on, it was amazing. She turned out, everyone thought she was Italian, but she turned out to be from Scotland, from Glasgow. And she said some wonderful things, and she turned out to be a Taurus. And that is very Queen of Pentacles. So she's sort of turning into my Queen of Pentacles in my mind, because I was like, oh my God, I loved her. Funnily enough, she came from a family of, her grandmother had kept 9 children alive through reading the crystal ball. She was psychic herself. She was very punchy and wonderful. Why am I telling you all of this story? Because it feels as if when I ask, where is this energy getting stolen? It's in that kind of area. Yeah, that's it. I'm getting there. It's in the self-esteem. Maybe you don't make yourself as fabulous as you could be. Maybe you don't value your status as highly as you should. I think there needs to be serious work on, like, remembering how good you are at what you do, appreciating everything about yourself. The parting shot that this woman gave me yesterday is, we were talking, I said, God, I'd love to be in your position when I was your age and having this lovely life, because it looked very enjoyable. And she said, well, you've got time, you can do that. And she said, I believe, my husband and I wake up every day and we think how lucky we are at this stage because we've lost friends and things. And she said, and I said, gosh, yes, that's gratitude's really good. And she said, and you make your own luck. So all of this seems to be sort of coming out for this reading. It's like, don't undervalue how much you make your own luck. I'm reading a Japanese book about exactly that, about how lucky people, how to be lucky. It's just an attitude, really, isn't it? So there's something around, you need to risk being more high value, putting yourself out there like that, not letting anyone take that value from you, not letting them raid it. Right, so talk to us about the Queen of Cups. Talk to us about the Queen of Cups, which is where you're ending up. And we have La Forza. So it's sort of saying the strength of the heart, the violent strength of the heart to get you through anything. It's like it gives you your female magician energy, which is what the strength is. Because she usually, in the Rider-Waite, she has the infinity symbol above her head, which is like our male magician. And so it's kind of saying, you have that female magician energy, and it comes through your heart. When your heart speaks, that's when you get into your magic. So that's lovely. Right, let's put these down here. Put those back there. That's it. Right, and let's pull a few more. Cap this with a few more. So anything else generally you would like to say? The Three of Torches. So look further afield for where, if you can't find that self-esteem initially, if you can't find that wealth initially, there's sort of look further afield. It might be abroad, it might be that you've got your eye on something that you can bring in now. That's a general idea. Let's talk to us about the King of Swords with the Three of Swords, this absence of wealth and the justice that you feel now. It would be right for you to have it. Death. There's a rebirth coming in this area. This is lovely. It might well be coming. I'm sure it is. It's so similar, this card and that card, the Justice and the Death. Both of them holding a hand aloft. Both of them looking quite warring. It's interesting, there's sea creatures in the Justice, which is strange. We saw some water rats on the way home, which were amazing in this canal, and I was thinking about dolphins because we're in the sea all day. So sort of maybe you're connected to the sea sometimes as well, or very much. Something about something coming from the deep, a justice coming from the deep, and even the death is in the sea. So is there some revelation that you've had? Can you get yourself to the seaside or by the coast to sort of have that revelation, to let those deep unconscious waters speak to you, because there is a rebirth coming. So talk to us about your core skills. Yeah, you're learning. The Princess of Pentacles. So we've now got the King, the Queen, and effectively and the Knight of Pentacles coming. You are good at looking after others potentially, so why can't you look after yourself like that as well? And maybe you are learning to do that. Be consistent in your actions. Learn to put that magic towards yourself with the world and the moon so that you can complete it. And then the Prince of Swords has come out twice for the Seven of Swords, so that's interesting. What's it saying? So it came out last time with the Queen of Pentacles. It says you've got to try, but we're letting go of this. So is it saying don't try, do? Who is this Prince of Swords? I'm just wondering if it's someone else. It's the Ten of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. It's a burden around working with other people, about cooperating with other people. Are they meant to inhabit the Seven of Swords, or are they meant to let it go completely? Eight of Pentacles. They're meant to take some risks in work around value. Are you meant to charge more for your work? I think that might be it, because it's showing a burden when you work with other people, and burdens are often relieved somewhat if you can be paid fairly for them, for what you're doing. So is that it? Is it, say, take a risk to up your prices so that you don't feel so ripped off? Five of Cups. There's a disappointment there. So what is the Knight of Swords turning up twice? Getting confused by this one. Strange. The Wheel of Fortune. No, I think it's just saying you have to get in there to cut out that negativity of those Seven of Swords, of the feeling of being stolen from. You've got to start interrupting it with the kind of fast, lightning energy that's turned up twice through the Knight of Swords, to get into that Wheel of Fortune and move it forward into a place where you are valued more highly, so that you're not having your value stolen. Basically, I feel like you don't hold on to your value somehow. And then talk to us about this curious Two of Pentacles, which then was capped by the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands, which is how to affect your change. The Nine of Cups. Well, that's lovely. Again, we're in the water. And this is about wish fulfillment. So it's saying you might need to sort of, let's have a look at these all together. You might need to juggle in, okay, so when we're changing, we still have to take care of bits of what it feels like to be the old version of ourselves while the new version is coming in. But there is this passionate new version, this incredible feeling of drive. And the Three of Wands shows that you've got your eye on it. And now we've got the Nine of Cups. We're saying, dream yourself into this. What are your wishes? Like, write them down. Be audacious. Think about the most amazing things that you would possibly ever love to get. Get them out there. Why do you need to play small? It's not that it's going to happen likes that. Don't play small. Might not happen overnight, but it might, and it might take you further towards something amazing. So dream big. I think that's what it's saying. Dream big while you're in this juggling state. And then the Queen of Cups and the female magician of the strength, where it's all going. And we've got the Princess of Swords, which is, again, the Knight of Swords. This is incredible. 3 Knights of Swords. You've got to start taking some risks. You've got to be, that's exactly it, like this strength, this female magician. Start taking some risks on your own behalf to put that beautiful heart into a place where it's more protected and valued. Dive in, take some risks. Do you need to make a website? It's like talking to myself. Do you need to call up some people? Do you need to just take some risks on your own behalf? Right, we're going to pull one final card, which is this, the Sea Witch, that's so perfect for all the sea that we had before, which is from this beautiful Oracle of Mystical Moments, I think it's called. Yeah, and this is number 52, and it's very whimsical, and I love it. So, and because we've got all that sea energy that we saw with the death, you in the moment, and the justice. So, in fact, she landed right on those, all that sea energy. Innocence, joy of play, wonder. This small mermaid is called the Witch of the Sea. Instead of a fishtail, she has a jellyfish on the lower part of her body. Her hair sways behind her like flowing tentacles. She holds a windmill in her hand that propels her forward. A wide-eyed fish is her loyal companion on her ocean journeys. She is young and uses the magic of childlike thinking to dance in the waves, marvelling at the wonder of life. I think what it's trying to remind me to say to you is that yesterday on the boat, I was completely covered from head to toe to stop myself burning, thank God, and I still burned a bit, but we were sort of lying bobbing, and me and this friend were just sort of sleeping, and I was in that kind of strange half sleep place where I was considering things. It was like a sort of active dreaming almost, and I was sort of working out something about value actually, and so maybe this is why I'm meant to tell you about it. I was working out something about, none of us have perfect parenting, but feeling as a little bit undervalued at a certain stage, and feeling as if I wasn't being given the hand to, as a young woman, a much younger woman, to make the changes that I needed to do, to take some risks. That's exactly it, to take these kind of risks of the swords. And while I was bobbing there, I was thinking, maybe you just have to have your own back. That kept coming back to me. And so the Sea Witch was sort of talking to me in that innocence and wonder, like letting the brain get to those solutions through that kind of space, and understanding that maybe we have to have our own back a little bit. I mean, she doesn't specifically say that, but she is the last card in this whole book. So she's like the world, which you've got in your basis. So she's joy and play and wonder. She uses the magic of childlike thinking to dance in the waves, marvelling at the wonder of life. She's propelled forward by a windmill, and she sways her hair like tentacles, and she's got jellyfish at the bottom of her. I think what it's saying is that your wonder, your sense of awe, will be the thing that gets you into this kind of risk-taking position. And remember that woman I met? we make our own luck, but maybe through those kind of innocent eyes. Anyway, I hope that helps. See you again.